A Bumblebee is coming to War Thunder? That is right, the German Howitzer, also known as Hummel, is coming to War Thunder this year. In this video I want to tell you some history, some details, the possible in-game performance as well as the possible in-game ammo variation and a rough battle rating estimate. This vehicle is confirmed by Gaijin themselves as shown on this decal. This is also my third of 6 parts and I already went into the Su-15 shown on this decal and the F-16XL shown on this decal. So if you're interested, go check my videos out on my page. Finally, my sources come from the German and English Wikipedia as well as the War Thunder forum. During the invasion of the USSR, German command noticed that their Wehrmacht tank forces were not consistently supported by German artillery. That is why a newer self-propelled artillery was designed, now known as the Hummel. While the first prototype got a Panzer III chassis with a 10.5 cm gun, it was rejected in favor of a Panzer IV chassis, which then was rejected in favor of a 15 cm gun, being the 15 cm SFH-18L/30. This was then put on a specially designed chassis combining the driving and steering of the Panzer III and the engine and suspension of the Panzer IV. That is why this chassis is called the Geschützwagen 3/4. The engine was also moved into the center of the vehicle to allow an open-topped combat compartment in the back. That combat compartment housed 4 out of 6 crew members and the gun. The last 2 crew members were actually sitting in the front, being the radio operator and driver. Later models were then redesigned to house a bigger front superstructure, giving more space to the radio operator and driver. Roughly 700 Hummels were built and some 100 had their first large-scale combat at the Battle of Kursk, which is actually the largest tank combat in history. Now I want to show some footage of the Battle of Kursk, so go enjoy this. I hope you're done now, since I want to continue with the video. The Hummel was also used by the USSR since they captured vehicles. The USSR then sent vehicles to Romania and Czechoslovakia after the war. The French Republic also captured some Hummels, so they were sent to Syria of all places, which is why Syria also used them. That is why you could see the Hummel in the Russian and in the French tech tree as a premium in the future. Now let's take the first step into knowing its rough battle rating in War Thunder. Like I already said, it had 6 men, which probably doesn't make a big difference in survivability since it is open-topped and has a relatively lightly armored chassis, offering armor values of between 10 and 30 millimeters. This tank is also quite big, to be exact. It had a length of 7.70 meters, a width of 2.97 meters and a height of 2.81 meters. Due to this, it was 24.4 tons heavy, had a Maybach HL 120 TRM V12 delivering 300 horsepower, allowing it to reach speeds of 42 km per hour or 13 horsepower per ton. In real life, this allowed a reach of up to 215 km on streets and roughly 130 km on terrain without refueling. This is not important for War Thunder, but I think it is quite interesting anyway. Let's continue with its gun. It could carry 18 + 1 rounds, +1 being the round in the chamber, so actually basically 19 rounds, which isn't that much in real life, but it should be enough in War Thunder if you have some skill. Like I said, in real life this was not enough. That is why the Hummel actually was basically redesigned without a gun and then used as an ammo carrier for the Hummel. Anyway, this tank could carry either the MG34 or the MG42, but I think we are more likely to see the MG34, which offers 600 rounds. This is another step to know how good it will be in War Thunder. Its ammo variation is quite big, so let's start with possible AP rounds. And yes, many of these could be completely new additions to the game. Let's start with the GR19 Beton. The GR19 Beton is a SAPHE BC shell weighing 43.5 kilograms, housing 4.6 kilograms of TNT. It is 520 meters per second fast and penetrates armor values of between 50 and 100 millimeters. Next, we got the GR39 HL/A. It is 24.58 kilograms heavy, got 5.42 kilograms of TNT and is 465 meters per second fast. It can penetrate armor values of up to 185 millimeters, no matter which range since it is heat. And for the AP section, we will finish this off with the 15 cm PZ GR39 TS, being an APC-BC DS shell, weighing 9.85 kilograms and having no HE filling. It is 880 meters per second fast and could penetrate armor values of up to 193 millimeters. This would would be a great shell, making me feel uneasy about my rough battle rating estimate I'm going to give it. Anyhow, this is also pretty likely to come in game in my opinion. Next we got the HE section before moving on to the relatively short utility section. We could see the GR19 HETF weighing 43.5 kilograms and having up to 5.208 kilograms of amateur and NP10 explosives. This is roughly 6.67 kilograms of TNT equivalent. This shell would also be roughly 520 meters per second fast. Next we got the, I think, IGR38 HE weighing 38 kilograms and having 8.6 kilograms of amateur and NP10 explosive, which is the equivalent of 11.01 kilograms of TNT. This shell would be 465 meters per second fast. We're almost done with HE shells, but we can also see the 15 centimeter SPRGR42 TS, which is a HETFDS shell weighing 27.15 kilograms. It has 3.4 kilograms of amateur and is 645 meters per second fast. Now to finish this off, we could be getting a really cool and unique shell, another rocket assisted shell, being the R-Granate 19. It is 43.9 kilograms heavy and has a start velocity of just 505 meters per second, but it will get progressively faster. The other HE shells are still pretty good though, and potentially better than even the PSAT-GR39, since they could overpressure anything if my rough battle rating estimate is correct. I mean, if it is correct, the PSAT-GR39 would be complete overkill, since you wouldn't even meet such heavily armored foes. Finally, the utility section. This would be relatively short. We could and probably will see a smoke shell, being the GR19NB. I think we already have this in game. I don't even know why you would use a smoke shell in War Thunder, but anyways, it is 39 kilograms heavy and has 0.62 kilograms of NP10, which is roughly 1.054 kilograms of TNT equivalent. It is just 543 meters per second fast. And lastly, probably also the most unlikely to be added, is the KT canister shot. It has 40 kilograms of either lead or steel balls and flies at 530 meters per second. I can't say if these balls will be released after or before impact. If they will be released before impact, they will probably be relatively useless and mostly used against infantry or planes flying really close and slow to you. Thing is, we only have World War II infantry in enlisted. We will get modern infantry in War Thunder, that is correct, but not World War II. That is what enlisted is here for. Anyway, if it is being released after impact, it will actually make more sense, since I think we already have some similar shell in some Russian low tier tank. I can't quite say which it was. I couldn't find it. I wasn't really desperate to find it anyway, but it was a pretty good shell, I think. So if that is the case, this shell could not be as useless as I thought. But if it is before impact, then I mean, yeah bro, even if you want to target planes with it, your tank probably rotates slow. Your turret is basically just looking forward with slight variation to the left and to the right. Yeah, okay, sure, it can probably look pretty far up since it is artillery. But if the plane is directly above you and diving down onto you, you're probably dead anyway. Since, firstly, like I said, you turn way too slow and you have an open top, so he could just use his machine guns to kill you. Now we know it's roughly as fast as other German medium or heavy tanks, while being lightly armored and having an open top with a great cannon to overpressure enemies. Personally, in the German tank tree, I would expect it either on the most left or right side, since both of these sides offer anti-tank and Howitzer vehicles. Since it basically got no armor, no real speed advantage, a great cannon with probably a long reload, but I'm going to go into that soon, I can't see it receiving a BR of above 6.0. Now let's try pinning this BR range even further down by looking at the already in-game Brombeer. It houses better armor, it has no open top, it has the same cannon caliber of 15 centimeter, it has a short barrel though, meaning the shell is actually quite slow, but I will go into that soon. This tank needs at least 22.4 seconds to reload with a basic unskilled crew, and if you completely ace the crew and it is fully skilled, this reload would be reduced to just 17.2 seconds. I forgot to tell you guys something, the Brombeer has the same 400 horsepower engine that the Hummel has, while having more armor and also carrying way more ammo. This all led to an overall slower speed of the tank, which is basically just what I wanted to add. Which is why I would give the upcoming Hummel a rough reload estimate of between 23 and 16 seconds. The Brombeer also has a battle rating of 4.7, could penetrate 185 millimeters of armor with heat or 61 millimeters with HE. Our pressuring probably does the job anyways though, so in general, the Hummel would definitely have a better cannon. Due to this, I would imagine the BR of the Hummel would be somewhere between 4.3 and 5.0. This is a rough estimate, so take it with a grain of salt. Sorry that I'm here again, I just wanted to correct a few things that I said previously, and that led me to this BR conclusion that might not even be correct at all. So first of all, let's start with Captain Obvious. I basically already said that the Brombeer is basically better in almost every aspect compared to the Hummel. Which is why I don't get why I even thought that the Hummel could receive a BR this high. I mean, the Brombeer has better armor, it does not have an open top, and it has 19 rounds more than the Hummel has. So it can fight longer and it has greater survivability, with the only cost being a shorter barrel and worse shells, as well as a slightly slower tank overall, probably so slight that you won't even notice it. So what would I give this tank of a BR now? Well, it would probably not surpass 4.3. It would probably be between 3.7, 4.0 and 4.3. Now, if you already want to grind the German tech tree and you want to play this vehicle, I would suggest grinding toward these vehicles in the tech tree, which I'm about to name now. Hey, so there I am again. Like I already said, my BR assumption was probably incorrect, which also led me to probably make an incorrect guess of where this vehicle could land. I want to save you as much time as possible, so just stay with me here. I would guess that the vehicle is going to land below the Marderstuhl and Stug folder, but still above the Stug 3G, which would be right here. Otherwise, it could technically land anywhere in this tech tree. Like I said, probably it could even be in a folder with another vehicle, or if my BR assumption is incorrect, it could either be maybe even a rank 1 vehicle, or maybe a rank 3 or maybe even 4 vehicle, which is really unlikely though. So just make sure to grind, if you want to get this vehicle of course, to grind rank 2 left turn side and right turn side, maybe even the start of rank 3 left turn and right turn side, then you should be covered. But yeah, like I said, take everything with a grain of salt. I am no partner, I don't work at Gaijin, this is just all I guess, but yeah, my most likely guess is between Marderstuhl and Stug folder and Stug 3G, which, like I said, is right here. Now that we went into all of these sets, I really hope you enjoyed this video. It took me 3 tries to record this since I had problems with my mic, I had problems with my green screen, I had problems with the lighting, which I still have if you see it. Overall, this took really long to record, actually I think 1.5 hours, so I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, please feel free to like and subscribe, this would massively help me. And if you see some criticism, then please leave them in the comments and dislike it if you want to, man. I need everything, every piece of feedback. Now, if you don't want to miss out on any future videos, of course you should subscribe or follow to me, whatever platform you're on. And you could also join my Discord though, it's in my bio. If you're on TikTok, it's in my, or on either platform, it's in my link tree, and on YouTube it's also like in my bio and stuff. So you don't even have to go into my link tree, but you can easily join it. There's not many people right now, but I'm expecting new visitors, and you could even get a new all-timer role. I don't know how many are missing now. I think we should have 20 all-timers. There's 3 all-timers missing though, so if you're within the next 3 people joining, you're definitely going to get a all-timer role with your joint position as well, being the, for example, 17th member, 18th member, 19th member, so on, right? And maybe you can flex your friends one day. And just saying, if someone leaves that occupied, let's say, the 20th member slot, the next member that joined, being the 21st member, will actually get an all-timer role with the 20th member joint position role. Maybe that doesn't really make sense, but that is how it's going to be. Actually, maybe I'm going to rework the system a little. Maybe everyone will have their joint position as a role, but I'll have to see. That is something I would actually announce on my Discord. I don't want to bother with this anymore. Pretty long already. But finally, that is it for today. Goodbye.